Welcome to Math 1332. We're going to start Chapter 8, which is personal finance. And I have found that a lot of students like this chapter because they see how they can actually use mathematics in their daily lives. This first section is on percent, sales tax, and discounts, and much of it is going to be a review. The objectives are express a fraction as a percent, express a decimal as a percent, express a percent as a decimal, solve applied problems involving sales tax and discounts, determine percent increase or decrease, and investigate some of the ways percent can be abused. Now, as I said, this first part should be a refresher of what you have studied in the past. Percents are the result of expressing numbers as a part of 100. In fact, the word percent means per 100. To express a fraction as a percent, divide the numerator, which is the top, by the denominator, which is the bottom. Multiply the resulting quotient by 100. This is done by moving the decimal point in the quotient 2 places to the right, and then add a percent sign. And here is an example. Express 5/8 as a percent. So we're going to divide 5 by 8. We get 0.625. We're going to multiply this by 100, which means we move that decimal point 2 places to the right, which gives us 62.5. And remember to add the percent sign. So 5/8 is equal to 62.5%. Next, express a decimal as a percent. This is even easier because all you do is move the decimal point 2 places to the right and attach a percent sign. Here's an example. Express 0.47 as a percent, move your decimal point 2 places to the right, attach your percent sign, so 0.47 or 47 hundredths is equal to 47%. If you don't have a decimal, for example, if this had been 47, place a decimal point at the end of the number and then add zeros and move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So 47 would be 4,700%. Expressing a percent as a decimal. Move the decimal point 2 places to the left and take the percent sign away. Example, we want to express each of these percents as a decimal. So for 19%, we're going to see that we're going to add the decimal point at the end of 19, like I just explained. Take the percent sign away, and then move your decimal point 2 places to the left. So 19% is equal to 19 hundredths. For 180%, put your decimal point at the end of 180. Move it 2 places to the left, which puts it between the 1 and the 8. So 180% is equal to 1.80, or the 0 is not necessary, so you can just remove it and say 1 8/10. Percent sales tax and discounts. Many of the applications involving percent are based on this formula. A is P, which is a percent of B. Remember that of implies multiplication. So A is equal to P times B. We can use this formula to determine sales tax collected by states, counties, cities on sale items to customers. So the sales tax amount is equal to the tax rate times the cost of the item. Suppose that your local sales tax rate is 7.5%, and you purchase a bicycle for $894. How much tax do you pay? And what is the total cost for the bike, which would include the tax? So the sales tax amount is equal to the tax rate times the cost of the item. which is 7.5% times $894. But remember, you have to change the percent to a decimal by moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. Notice that we add a 0 in front of the 7, so it's 0.075, and we remove the percent sign, times 894. This gives us $67.05, so that would be the tax. So the total cost of the bike would be $894 plus the tax, which is $961.05. Businesses often reduce prices or discount to attract customers and to reduce inventory. The discount rate is a percent of the original price. Discount amount is the discount rate times the original price. Here's an example. A computer with an original price of $1,460 is on sale at 5% off. What is the discount amount and what is the computer's sales price? So the discount amount is equal to the discount rate times original price. The discount rate is 15%. The original price is $1,460. Remember to change the percent to a decimal by removing the percent sign and moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. Then we multiply, so the discount amount is $219. A computer sales price is the original price minus the discount amount, so we find this to be $1,241. Percent and change. If a quantity changes, the percent increase or percent decrease, depending on whether it increases or decreases, can be found as follows. Find the fraction for the percent increase or decrease. Notice that the numerator is either the amount of increase or the amount of decrease, and the denominator is the original amount. We find the percent increase or decrease by expressing the fraction in step 1 as a percent. So in this example, in 2000, world population was approximately 6 billion. The data are from United Nations Family Planning Program and are based on optimistic or pessimistic expectations for successful control of human population growth. We want to find the percent increase in world population from 2000 to 2150 using the high projection data, and then find the percent decrease in world population for the same time period using the low projection data. So first, for the high projection graph, which was on the opposite page, let me go back to it. Okay, this would be the top graph, the blue one that goes up. So the amount of increase is 30 minus the 6, because it started off at 6, which is 24. The original amount is 6. And remember, these are in billions. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. We need to change this to a percent. So we move the decimal point, which would be after the 4, 2 places to the right, add zeros, and it's 400%. So the projected percent increase in world population is 400%. Now, on the next one, we're going to find the percentage decrease, which is the green or low projection on the graph. So going back to the graph again. We see that the green goes down, but not as quickly as the blue graph went up. Okay, this says percent increase. It should say percent decrease, which would be the amount of the decrease in the original amount. So we've got 6 minus 4, which is 2 over 6, divided out, or actually simplify and then divide, and we get 33 and 1/3%. So the projected percent decrease in world population is 33 and 1/3%. Finally, abuses of percents. This often happens when percentages are drastically presented incorrectly, either too high or too low. John Tesh, while he was co-anchoring Entertainment Tonight, reported that the PBS series The Civil War had an audience of 13% versus the usual 4% PBS audience, an increase of more than 300%. Did he report the percent increase correctly? So we're going to use our little formula. Percent increase is the amount of increase over the original amount. The original amount is 13 minus your 4, which gives you 9. The original amount, the usual, is 4. So we end up with 9 over 4. Divide this, we get 2.25, which becomes 225% when we change the decimal to a percent. The percent increase for PBS was 225%. This is not more than 300%, so he did not report it correctly. And that concludes this section.